Connecting the Dots, Intergenerational Community Connections by Eliza Beird, Marco Dominguez, Megha Parimi, and Alanna Rosenthal. Research supports the importance of social connection throughout life. Intergenerational interactions specifically serve as protective barriers for emotional, mental, and physical health and encourages the transfer of knowledge and life lessons. Diverse social connections have been found to be especially important for the aging population. In 2019, the University of Michigan's Healthy Aging Poll found that 1 in 3 aging adults reported lack of companionship and feelings of isolation. This is a call for concern due to the inverse relationship between levels of loneliness and cognitive health. Similar trends are observed at both the state and city level. Social connection can be an especially important factor on the health of low-income populations. Woodbridge Manor is an affordable, independent living community for aging adults located in Detroit, Michigan, and is managed by Presbyterian Villages.
Residents and staff at Woodbridge are committed to create opportunities for social connections by bringing the outside community in. There are current programs such as nutrition classes with Wayne State, Adopt a Grandparent with Brilliant Detroit, and more. By using our personas, we realize that some residents such as 40 Susan and Bashful Brendan wish to interact with the community of Detroit on a deeper level, but they are limited due to barriers of knowledge and access. Through site visits, conversations, a literature review, and community mapping, we identified current barriers, wants, and needs of Woodbridge residents. Our literature review further highlighted the benefits of intergenerational interactions and connecting aging adults to specific community resources. Senior residents face obstacles in accessing local resources, despite expressing desire to explore and interact with the community. This is mostly due to the challenges faced with transportation. This is worth exploring due to the fundamental impact that diverse social connections can have on overall well-being. Because of this, we are seeking to connect the residents of Woodbridge and community members to stimulate intergenerational interaction in a variety of ways.
We address this proposal with a now, near, and future framework to allow for intermediate interventions that allow room for growth. With this in mind, we looked at the potential impacts of delivering efficient information, sharing community resources, and creating communal spaces. We can see the proposed worksite is conveniently located right next to Woodbridge. This space is 2 acres in size and privately owned. It is zoned as planned development, meaning as long as whatever is built on the lot is beneficial to the surrounding community and doesn't interfere with surrounding zoning. It is in concurrence with zoning codes. If the biggest obstacle is transportation, what would it look like to develop this neighboring space intergenerational community area with resources such as community gardens and a multi-purpose space? It removes the need for transportation for the residents because of its close proximity, but allows community members to come to Woodbridge to share resources and interact in a variety of ways. However, this is a long-term project that requires resources that we do not currently have. What if Woodbridge first focused on developing connections with community organizations by stressing the mutual benefit of partnerships in order to share resources? In this slide, we see the available recreational resources with different types of recreation within a half-mile to 3-mile radius. We can also see the benefits that these different types of resources have on the elderly. This map shows schools, colleges, and universities as well as churches, and in what ways these resources can benefit the elderly.
A partnership with Woodbridge and a school could look like sharing buses as a transportation resource. Michigan's Pupil Transportation Act of 1990 gives permission for school systems or local governments to use school buses to drive senior citizens for a cost or for free. Research shows that when youth receive support and mentoring from older adults, they develop motivation to give back to others, self-confidence, and decrease their stereotypes of the aging population. Older adults, in return, are able to feel increased levels of purpose and self-worth. However, these relationships will take time to develop. One thing we can do now is to develop easily accessible information such as a pamphlet. It would have large icons, closest resources, and fastest routes on an easy-to-read map. It will also include information on events, but most importantly, information on transportation options currently available. Another way to deliver this information is to develop a large wall map at the common area of Woodbridge. It would have highlighted community resources based on the residents' interest, interchangeable pathways highlighted with string, rotating event information, and flyers with the current transportation options available. With both of these information options, we hope to communicate Woodbridge events and info to the neighborhood using current display resources pre-existing in the community. Woodbridge residents struggle to access surrounding resources. By providing information about transportation and resources through community mapping, establishing mutually beneficial relationships to share resources, and eventually developing a space that brings community to Woodbridge, We hope to stimulate intergenerational interactions and social connectedness between residents and community members. If this can happen, we hope to see positive changes in ageist stereotypes, which may lead to the aging population feeling more acknowledged and important in society, ultimately impacting overall brain health.
Thank you.